Giovanni Santiago was a student in a dropout prevention program at a school in Washington Heights in New York City. On September 22, 1993, he was shot in the head and killed on his front stoop. He was 12 years old. This film is dedicated to Giovanni and his family. This is Washington Heights, in the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Similar to many inner-city areas of New York and New Jersey, this is a community stricken with ongoing poverty, violent crime, juvenile delinquency, and drug abuse. The chance for any child living here to succeed in school and become a productive member of society is minimal at best. At the local high school, 70% of the students entering the 8th grade failed to graduate. For many, the evident opportunities of crime can often seem a more tangible means to survival. This film brings into focus these ever-increasing problems and shows how one innovative program is working to enrich the lives of inner-city children at risk. In 1985, Camp Vacamas, a nonprofit co-ed social agency, launched the Teen Opportunity Program. The goal of the program is to empower inner-city youth to make positive life choices while improving school attendance and performance. Better known as TOP, this year-round program presently serves more than 300 youth from Newark, Paterson, Jersey City, and New York City, with a combined urban and rural learning experience. Top children are between 9 and 18 years old and all exhibit problems in school. The majority come from single-parent households living in temporary shelters or regular city housing. 90% fall below federal guidelines for poverty, receiving food stamps or aid to dependent children. At Public School 128 in Washington Heights, 85 selected children in the 4th and 5th grades participate in the program. For these children, school is of critical importance in providing possibly the only means to overcome the challenges ahead and often a daily refuge from the situation outside.
It is an overpopulated community, and I would say the majority of the people in this community are not involved in drug deals, but unfortunately they have to be exposed to it on a day-to-day basis. So it is not uncommon for our children to hear gunfire at night, sometimes in the evening, sometimes many of our parents resort in some of the buildings to cut the children's cribs to a certain length so that they are not the same height of the window, because they're afraid that the gunfire shootings at night, there might be a stray bullet coming in somehow through the window. So they even resort to doing that to protect their children. We've had children in the school who have been injured because of stray bullets in the housing in which they are living. And we've had children, unfortunately, like Giovanni Santiago, who happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, who was fatally shot one day because of other circumstances that were happening within the area. And many of our children in our, both from kindergarten to 5th grade, many of our students did not feel that school was as important as it should be, given the crisis that many of the families had. So the TOP program came in, it worked with our 4th and 5th grade students. It made them feel that school was important, that attendance was important. It helped them bond each other as a social unit within the school, and also provided them with exposure and experiences to camp life.
From the top office in PS 128, program coordinators Bill and Michelle monitor attendance reports and coordinate incentive programs. The TOP program in school strives to meet the needs of each participant through individual and group counseling, home visits, parental involvement, and crisis intervention. At the end of the school year, children and families are invited to attend the TOP Awards ceremony, which recognizes the improvements and efforts of all participants. Together with field trips to educational attractions around New York, students are given incentives to improve their attendance and academic standing.